Good morning, family and friends and fellow YouTubers. It's Kim here from Kim's Country Corner. Well, today it is Sunday, July the 9th. Last night we stayed here at this Wingate Hotel here in Hurricane, Utah. Very nice place to stay. Today we are headed into Zion. And as you can see, I got pretty sunburned yesterday at Bryce, so I need to try to remember my hat today. But anyway, great hotel, nice continental breakfast, and now we're going to drive back to the park. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye for now. Okay, friends, we are headed to Zion. I just saw a sign back there that said 20 miles. So we came down this windy, curvy road last night. Now we have to go back up it. But that's okay. I'm excited about the trip today. So I did have to turn you guys back on for a couple of minutes just to show you this beautiful valley. This is the road that goes from Hurricane, Utah, up to Springdale, Utah. The Springdale entrance is the one that we will be taking. Just look at that. That is so pretty. Sunday, July 9th. It is 7:55 in the morning, and we are headed into Zion National Park. This will be the third national park that we've seen on this trip so far. Of Utah's Mighty Five, this will be number 3 for us. We have been to Zion before, but it was back in 2010. We were headed out to San Diego, or were we headed back? I guess we were headed back, weren't we? We were headed back from San Diego from visiting our son Paul. We had the 2 girls with us, our daughters, and we made this stop here in Zion as part of our 2-week trip. But that's been 13 years ago now. So it'll be interesting to make another trip through. This one's going to count as part of my Utah Mighty 5 bucket list. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys later. Springdale, which is the last little town before the entrance into the park. It's a really cute little town. We're going in to the park
turn right
through the Springdale entrance. And I typed in Zion National Park Visitor Center, and it gave me 9 choices. So there are 9 visitor centers in this park. We're going to the Springdale one. I don't know if it's the best or not, but that was the closest. And I always like to do the visitor centers first because it gives you a really good idea as to what to look for in the park. I even like to look at the postcards and see what they have pictures of. Like yesterday when we were visiting Bryce and I was looking at the postcards, one of them had the hoodoo Thor's hammer. So I was like, oh, I wonder if I can find Thor's hammer. And so I did, but see, I wouldn't have known to look for Thor's hammer if I hadn't seen that postcard. So, yeah, so I always like to check out the visitor centers first. And as you can tell, even though we are here at 8:15, this line is already long. But there's the entrance up there. I like that guy's tire cover. Life is good. Positively American. That's cool. It says Zion Canyon Line Visitor Center, Zion National Park entrance. Sun is just coming over the peak there.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Have you been here before at all?
2010.
Oh, okay. Well, most everything here runs through the shuttle routes, so just take a look at the map that shows the shuttle stops on it. You want to take your first right, go find parking, and you pick up the shuttle from down there.
Okay,
First
right.
right-hand turn.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I think the visitor center is down in there too.
turn
So.
right in a quarter mile turn right into the parking lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is the same one that we were at with the girls in 2010. Came in from the same direction, and I'm pretty sure this is the same place. Yay!
Turn right into the parking lot.
Didn't even look. I guess maybe you looked once.
Well, that's probably because they have the right of way. Okay, we are in road 4 towards the end. And we are we're headed to the visitor center. Well, I really don't know, John. You might be right.
Right there is where it's at.
Okay.
Hello, family and friends and fellow YouTubers. It's Kim here from Kim's Country Corner, and today we are at Zion National Park, and we're going to go in and see all of the sights, and we're going to take you with us. So let's go ahead and explore this park. It's one of Utah's mighty five, so we're trying to hit all five. This is going to be number 3 for us, but this is going to be an awesome day.
Okay, so we're at Zion National Park, and here's a map. And this shows that we're down here at the south entrance. Is that the store? Okay. Oh yeah, visitor center.
You want to go inside and see what they...
All right, visitor center, Zion National Park. I'm gonna get some information. I'm gonna go over to the bookstore. You wanna go get a map and look around, see what sites we need to see?
What are you going to do?
Find where the passport stamps are at. Postcards. Okay, so here we go. Here is the passport books where you do your stamps and you get your stuff. So let me get this done. Okay, so she gave me a piece of paper and I have the stamp, so I'm gonna get this stamped and then I'll show it to you. All right, and there they are. I can't see them very well. It says July 9th. There we go. Zion National Park, July 9th, Springdale, Utah. All right. Now I gotta find my stickers. And there are some mugs on the other side here. Okay friends, well I got all the goodies that I need. We got this special bag and now we're ready to move on. Okay friends, so I just came out of the bookstore and now I'm going to head over here and check out the information center. Okay, so if you're at Zion, these are the places that you should check out. The Narrows. Riverside Walk. Angel's Landing. Which you need a permit. Emerald Pools. And Weeping Rock. We are on Mountain Time. Not a lot of information inside. I think most of the information is outside on these little plaques and stuff. They have a big map of it out here. There we go. Zion Canyon. Where's one? Oh, one. Watchman. Okay. Bridge Mountain. Four or three must be on the other side. 4 Great Arch. We saw that yesterday. 5 East Temple and East Rim. Oh, okay. 9 Great White Thorn, Cable Mountain. Sentinel, Court of the Patriarchs, East Canyon, Angel's Landing, and the Pulpit. And that is what it looks like looking up the canyon. I think we're going to catch a shuttle. All right, we're going to leave the visitor center and find a shuttle. going to use the Zion Canyon Shuttle. Okay, stop 1, Visitor Center. Okay, well, we were already there. Stop 2, Zion Human History Museum. Stop 3, Canyon Junction. 4, Court of the Patriarchs. 5, Zion Lodge. 6, the Grotto. 7, Weeping Rock. 8, Big Ben. And 9, Temple. Friends, we are getting on the Zion Shuttle. I have no idea how to tell you to sit. Okay, so this is the map that shows all the stops. Okay, we are on the shuttle. We just left the visitor center, which is station 1, and now we're headed to station 2, which is, I think, the museum. So these shuttles are the way to go. They are packed. We're actually in a double trailer one, and both trailers are packed.
Zion Park is a place of outstanding scenery, a sanctuary for wildlife, an oasis in the desert, and a homeland for generations of native people and pioneers. Zion National Park is a place for you and future generations to make lasting memories. Here's what you need to know about the shuttle bus system. You can get on or off at each of 8 stops between the Zion Canyon Visitor Center and the Temple of Sinawapa. The shuttle bus schedule is posted at every shuttle stop. It takes about 40 minutes to ride from the visitor center to the last stop at the end of Zion Canyon. Your safety is important to us, so keep your arms, head, camera, phone, and walking stick inside the shuttle bus at all times. It is okay to drink water on the bus, but please do not eat or smoke. And remember that your safety is your responsibility. Enjoy your time here in this very special national park.
Samapon Skywalker Toronto includes parts of California, Nevada, Arizona, and Utah. Our Creator placed us here to transport and protect this land, especially places where water
Brianna Clark. an interpretive ranger here. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how Zion Canyon was created. But first, look to your left to see the peak with a bit of red at its top, called the Sentinel. To your right, another peak with a reddish top is the East Temple. Zion's amazing colors come from different minerals in the rocks, especially iron, which makes the rocks look red. This canyon was created by erosion. Its formation has taken a few million years. Canyon cutting is still happening today. For example, across the river is the Sentinel Slide, an active landslide where tons of rock and sediment have fallen and slid again and again over centuries. The massive slides can block the river and force it to find a new course. This happened as recently as 1995, and several hundred people were stranded at the Zion Lodge a few extra nights because the river moved to this side and collapsed the road. Another road collapse occurred in 1998, and there was a close call in 2010 when heavy rain increased the water in the Virgin River by more than 20 times and created a flash flood. But think about this. Over centuries, the Virgin River sliced through 7 layers of sedimentary rock, including 2,000 feet of solid sandstone, to create this canyon. The Virgin River is still working hard in Zion Canyon. It carries away an average of 1 million tons of sediment a year, mostly during flash floods that are so powerful they move boulders and rip tall trees from the riverbank. Look along the riverbank for signs of flash floods, trees bent and pointing downstream, and grasses and reeds wrapped around tree trunks and rocks. Keep an eye on the weather and make sure that you are not in the river when there is a possibility of a flash flood. Flash floods can kill. Don't let it happen to you. This is the Court of the Patriarchs. Depart the bus here for a trail to a scenic viewpoint. It is paved and about 150 feet long. It starts on the right side. Be sure to take your camera and other belongings. Watch your step as you exit.
Now, we don't need to get off here, right? This is a trailhead.
Trailhead.
Yeah.
Wow.
So is that the Court of the Patriarchs over there? Those 3?
It could be.
I'm Michael Plyler, a photographer and director of the Zion Canyon Field Institute. If you're like me, you've been taking a lot of photographs. The scenery here has inspired millions of people. There's a great example of this out the windows on the left. Look for the 3 high peaks in the white and pink sandstone. A Methodist minister and 2 local boys named these peaks the Court of the Patriarchs, after Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob from the Old Testament of the Bible. In 1903, before the world knew much about Zion Canyon, an American artist and writer named Frederick Dellenbaugh spent the summer here. He showed his paintings a year later, and people didn't believe that the steep canyons and colorful rock could possibly be real. That same year, he wrote these words in a national magazine. The spectator is instantly enveloped in the maze of cliffs and color, a double line of majestic sculptures, domes, pyramids, pinnacles, temples, sweeping away to the north, dazzling with vermilion, orange, pink, and white. Dellenbaugh's words and paintings made Americans aware of this place. A few years later, in 1909, Ocoontewiec National Monument was created. In 1918, the name was changed to Zion National Monument before it was redesignated a national park in 1919. Artists help preserve places like Zion. Our words and images tell the world why landscapes like these must be enjoyed, but also why they must be protected.
Stop number 5. It's where you'll find a restaurant, gift shop, cafe. Also, there's a water filling station and restrooms. If you plan on hiking to the Emerald Pools, you'll want to go on to stop number 6 and take the Cayenta Trail, because the bridge that crosses the river at this stop is closed.
A wildlife biologist for the park. Keep your eyes and ears open, and you may notice wildlife like a mule deer foraging in the meadows along the canyon floor, wild turkeys roaming around Zion Lodge, or a gray fox dashing into bushes in the grotto. Look in the sky for owls, eagles, hawks, and ravens. Zion is home to hundreds of species of wildlife and provides protected habitat for them. Other animals you may see are rock squirrels, chipmunks, and bighorn sheep. Remember, never feed wildlife. Keep a safe distance away from them, and only look or take pictures. Zion is also home to many plants adapted to hot and dry, or cool and wet environments. Back at the visitor center, you likely saw cacti because it's hot and sunny there. Along the Virgin River in this section of the park, you'll see cottonwood and box elder trees because they grow close to water. And in even wetter places in the park, like near waterfalls and springs, you may see water-loving plants such as watercress and maidenhair ferns. These types of plants need a very moist environment and lots of shade.
Let's get off at this one.
Each plant is adapted to its neighborhood and how much water it finds there. Even the plants in Zion tell the story of water.
This is the grotto, stop number 6.
Okay, so we're at stop 6, the grotto. Okay, so we're stopping at 6 because I want to see this bridge over here. And this is also where the hikers to Angel's Landing gets off. Okay, thank you. That is true though. I know. I said Polish. Here, I want to get a picture here. Hello friends, so we are in Zion National Park and we are on the Grotto Trail. We're not going to take the whole trail of course, but I just want to see a little bit of it. I really wanted to see the bridge with the cliff in the back because I've seen a postcard of it.
see it for myself. So, all right, let's go.
It's so pretty. I'm gonna have to turn it to get the picture. We are at the Grotto Trail. You have to cross this bridge to get to it. Oh wow, there's a pretty picture. Oh, look, they have a prickly pear cactus. They were talking about that on the shuttle, how prickly pear cactus is one of the plants. It's beautiful through here. I would love to come here sometime when I can actually hike it. The Emerald Pools is a mile. See, if my knee was in such bad shape, I'd do it. Sorry. Here I am at Zion, guys. Look at those beautiful rock formations back there in the back. It's just beautiful here. Now we're on the other side of the shuttle. And we're headed to stop 7, which is Weeping Rock.
Stop 7, Weeping Rock.
Alright, this is what we're doing, guys. Alright, we're at Weeping Rock. So come around here. So here's a picture of what the Weeping Rock looks like. All right, we're gonna see if we can find this Weeping Rock. There's a sign for it up there. Weeping Rock, this way.
That's it. It's insect.
I'm behind you. All right, I don't know how long this path is. I don't want to use up all the battery, so I will turn you back on when we get to a good point.
Mom, can I use the restroom?
Okay, family and friends and fellow YouTubers, John and I are here at Zion National Park, and we are going to do the Weeping Rock Trail. It's not super long. I've been told that it's an easier trail, that it only takes about 10 minutes round trip, and that it's paved. So we're gonna give it a try. I like hiking, but because of my knee, I can't do a whole lot, but we're gonna try this one out. Still going up. Still going up. We're almost to the flat part though. I was told it wasn't that far and that I could probably do it. So they have little signs along the way. Tells you what the plants are. Fine.
Black, red, white, blue, and yellow.
Very fun. How you doing? Did you find one of the signs? We're still going up. I wonder how much further it is. I'm doing okay though. Oh, I think we're almost there. I think I see something. There's one. I think there's another one though, because people keep going by me, so let's keep going. I thought maybe that was the one. I thought maybe that was the one, but is there another one up here?
Another.
Weeping Rock.
I don't think there is.
You should get out your plant finder and find out what these flowers are. Those are pretty, pretty. Okay, so we're not there yet. I'm making it. Ooh. I hear water.
Come on, sir. Come on, it's time for you to get wet. It's time for you to get wet going up there.
I'm going to join this group over here.
I feel like we're in the backwash.
Yeah, that's okay. I have a bum knee and I don't want to get around all those other people and slow them down.
That's kind of a waste.
Is there anything more to see up there?
Up there you just see a nice view of that.
Oh, okay.
canyon. I think you've already got there. I get it.
Okay.
It's really nice. Is he swimming or?
All right. So I'm told that the view is spectacular. Oh, wow. It is. So we're standing underneath this water hang. You can see the water dripping down.
I can't drive anyway. It's just fun.
Okay, friends, I made it to the Weeping Rock. I'm getting dripped on here in Zion. It is pretty cool. The view is really awesome. Just look at that view from here. Pretty cool. But if you look up, you can see that there's water dripping. That's why it's called Weeping Rock. Oh, drip, drip, drip. Well, that was worth it, I think. That's pretty cool. Got a nice view of the canyon. Found out what it felt like to stand underneath a waterfall. Okay, guys, we are headed back down. See the trail down there? That's where we have to go. You have to walk down this trail to end up on that trail. All right. I'm hugging this wall over here because with my knee, I'm afraid of, you know, that I'm not as stable as what I am some other times, and that's a pretty steep fall, even though you can't tell from all the grass, but that's straight down. So I'm hugging the wall and just letting people pass me as they may. Like Jody used to say, you just stay in your lane and go your speed. And that's what I'm doing. I'm staying in my lane and I'm going my speed. But I can actually say that I did one of the trails here in Zion. Oh, just look at that view, guys. So beautiful. If you're like me and you can't walk far, you should at least do the Weeping Wall or Weeping Water Trail. Now I have to go down this slope. And these are hard for me, so I'm going to turn you guys off until I get to the bottom. Like there's kids down there playing in the creek with their parents. It's kind of cool. To be young again. Oh, at least I'm able to do what I'm able to do. What was that called? Weeping Rock. Weeping Rock Trailhead. We just finished the Weeping Rock Trailhead, guys. Okay, friends, well, John and I just did the Weeping Rock Trail. It's an awesome trail. If you don't do any other trail in the park, I would suggest you at least do this one. It's fairly easy. They said it would only take us about 10 minutes. It actually took us about 20 because I was going slow motion. But it is really neat to see. There is a slightward incline, but it's paved and it does level out at parts. So you go up and then it levels out and then you have to go up again. But awesome, awesome trail. All right, we are going to go and catch the shuttle up to 9.
Approaching the Temple of Sinawava, the last shuttle stop at the end of the Zion Canyon Scenic Drive. The Temple of Sinawava is the name for the wide natural amphitheater created by the river. The name comes from the southern Paiutes who called their twin creator gods Tebet and Sinawava. The Riverside Walk Trail starts here and follows the river. The trail is 2 miles round trip and takes about an hour. It is rated easy and is mostly paved. It is accessible with some assistance for wheelchairs.
The Riverside Walk takes you to the beginning of the most famous feature of Zion, the Narrows. Explore the river, see a hanging garden, look closely at the sandstone, and enjoy the birds and wildlife while you are here.
Okay, family and friends, so we are at stop 9, the Temple of Sin of Lava. It's the last stop on the trolley, and now we're going to go take a look around. Okay, friends, we are at the last stop. This is the Temple of Sin of Lava, Indian name, Native American name. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna explore this stop, and then we'll head on back. But let's go see what we can see. All right, here we go. I think we should do that river walk. No. John, what'd you say?
Thought this was the temple right in here.
I think so. I think it is, although I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking that's the temple there. We'll have to ask them. But I also want to do that river walk. So let's take this trail right here and walk on up to the shuttle spot where we started and find that river walk. Wildlife they were talking about. Yep, there it goes. There goes another one. Oh, I bet this log tree is their hangout. Here the canyon
arrows abruptly. The cliff's colors and textures are clues that two different rock layers intersect at the riverbed and affect how the canyon is carved. Confined within the hard Navajo limestone upstream, the Virgin River is forced to slide straight down with almost no horizontal cutting, creating a tight, perpendicular gorge. Okay, and then pretty sure that this might be the temple. Not sure. I am not sure which one of these is the temple. I'm gonna have to look it up. As soon as I look it up, figure out which one of these is the temple, I will label this. So here's the sign that tells us about the temple of Sinawave, but I still don't know which one of these walls is the temple. John, hang on.
Hello, family and friends and fellow YouTubers. It's Kim here, and I am at Zion National Park. A really nice lady came by and said if I was going to do the hike, I needed a stick, so I have my stick, and we are going to do the Riverside Walk now. So come on along and join the fun.
John, did you say you figured out which one's the temple?
Yeah, the whole thing is the gap in the
Okay, gotcha.
river goes through.
The river goes through the temple. Okay. Oh, well, here's a sign about the river walk. Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, look at all the cactus going up the side. That's cool. When we were here in 2010, I remember we came down to this area with the girls. If I can find a picture from then, I will put one in here to remember our trip in 2010. Karen was a senior graduating high school. Katie was a sophomore, and we were coming from seeing our son Paul in San Diego. He was in the Navy out there, and we did this on the way back from seeing him. Walk on down here to the water's edge. Oh my goodness, it is so pretty through here.
Okay, family and friends, welcome to the Riverwalk. We're at the river. I am so delighted. Everybody's here having fun.
Alright friends, well, the river walk was really neat. Got to stick my feet in the water to see the waterfall, but now it's time to head back, catch that shuttle again. It is a hot one today. All right, I'm going to turn you guys off. It was a great walk. The sand, it's kind of hard to walk on, but at least it's smooth. Oh, okay friends, so we made it to the end of the river walk. It was a really nice walk. It was very enjoyable. Got to play in the water a little bit. Get some water, and then we're gonna get on one of the shuttles. We're emptying out the hot water. Get some cold water.
Hello, family and friends. So we just got off
friends, so there are the patriarchs. Those 3 mountains up there represent the patriarchs. They told a really neat story about it on the shuttle. So I wanted to get off and see them for myself in person. What do you think, John? Okay, friends, so we are at stop 4. This is the court of the patriarchs, and those 3 rock formations back there are considered the patriarchs. Pretty cool. Very beautiful here. Okay, family and friends, we are at stop number 3. We are at Canyon Junction. So we're going to take a look around. We did this one on the way down. Canyon Junction, Zion Lodge, Grotto, Temple. This stop here basically shows you the canyon wall with the river cutting through it. Okay, family and friends, we are at stop number 2, which is the museum. So we're going to go in and we're going to take a look at the museum before we move on. Look at this scenery. Look at this view. Wow. Alright, let's go look at the museum. Okay, we are at the Human History Museum, which is right over there. And we're going to go in and we're going to take a look around on the inside. But I just want to show you this view on the outside. Isn't that gorgeous? And then look at the view over the top of it. Just beautiful.
water. Just will.
Oh wow, this is nice. Open doors. There's the bookstore. I'll do it later. I already did the visitor center, so I don't really need to look in there too long. Talks about the prehistoric people that were here. Explorers. How it was settled. And then the park's early years. And there's a map of some of the equipment that they used. Early American artifacts. Plants of Zion. Plants of Zion. And then you can walk through these little cubbies. And inside the cubbies, they have displays. Geology. The construction of early Americans. Using the geology. Animals of the Zion Canyon. Some of the ways that the animals were disrupted, and then the restoration programs that are taking place to help them. Small but interesting. especially like the little cubbies. Okay, friends, well, we just came out of the Human History Museum. And now we're going to go ahead and head to the next stops. So we need to catch the shuttle. Look at the prickly pear. Aren't those beautiful? All right, back here, because here comes the shuttle now. Well, friends, we've seen everything, well, that we're gonna see. We saw all of the major sites, and now we are headed on down the road. To tell you the truth, not sure where we're gonna end up tonight, but we're gonna try to get as close to Canyonlands as we can so that we can do Canyonlands tomorrow. Okay, friends, so we are headed towards Richfield. Well, we're actually headed towards Canyonlands. We're not going to get that far tonight. We're just driving until John gets tired, and we will end up where we end up. But right now, we're about 30 miles from Richfield, Utah. And just look at that beautiful scenery ahead of us. You have the mountains over there with some snow on the top, and the valley and the trees. I mean, it's just beautiful here in Utah. It doesn't seem like it matters where you go in Utah. You've got the most beautiful scenery to look at. I just love it. I mean, you know, the roads are a little hilly and curvy, and you have grades that are 5% and 8% and 14%. You know, you have to put up with that. I'm glad I'm not the one that has to drive it. But oh my goodness, these views are just awesome. You know, you don't even have to be in a state park to enjoy Utah. Just beautiful. All right, guys, so once again, we have this beautiful view, and we're on our way to Green River. You can see the sun over there in the background. It's just, oh, this is so pretty through here. Just beautiful. But we're still traveling. We're still on I-70 headed east, and we are still traveling. So just wanted to show you how pretty it was. There's nothing in those two towns because we looked. We went on the internet, looked for the nearest eating place, the nearest restaurant, the nearest motel, and it had Green River. So look, you can see the highway all the way down there. See how far you can see, guys? I just love the West. It's really got its own personality. I mean, just look how pretty those are. We talked about going to Monument Valley on this trip, but it was about 5 hours out of the way. So we decided we're going to save it for a different trip. Do it at that point in time than to try to stick it onto this trip. Because we have a certain, we really need to get headed home by Wednesday. So because John has a function next weekend, so we decided to skip Monument Valley this trip and just make it its own trip. But anyway, I can't wait to see it because I love this type of landscape, this type of country. All right, I will meet you guys on down the road. Sorry guys, I had to turn you on again because it is just beautiful through here. I mean, just look how far you can see. It's just amazing. Like one of the first cars we've seen in what, close to half hour at least. There's a viewing area over there for the Great Wash, Salt Wash. But I think we're going to be able to see everything we need to see from the car. No more stops today. See what we can see. And then as much as I hate going downhill, and as much as John hates these going downhill, just can't give up a view like that. Look at that view. Over here, it almost looks like the sky is gonna, well, the sky is touching the land, but you know what I mean. It looks like those clouds and the land are just gonna meet each other. The little UFO in the sky is a crack in our windshield that just happened on this trip. So we didn't have a chance to get it fixed or anything like that because it just happened. But try to enjoy the view without the little UFO. road to ourselves. I mean, I'm taking pictures here, guys, and there are no cars. Hardly any cars on this road. Dirt and the red rocks, that's what we're going to be seeing a lot of in Arches. We've never been to Canyonland, so I don't know what to expect there. What's our sign say? Green River, 51 miles. I was wondering why you were slowing down. That's like the first semi we've seen in forever. I didn't even see that one. I was like, why is John slowing down? Thank you for slowing down, John. You know how much I hate those things. I know they're important, guys. Don't give me slack. I know that we have to have truckers. Our son-in-law is a trucker. We appreciate our truckers. They just make me nervous. John and I were involved in an accident in which a trucker ran us off the road. Completely ran us off the road. And we flipped down over into a ravine. But we would not call it an accident because the truck didn't actually hit us. And because the truck didn't actually hit us, it wasn't considered an accident. Even though it ran John completely off the road and our car flipped at least once, if not twice, going down that ravine. And we both ended up in the ambulance on the way to the emergency room. And ever since then, I have just had severe anxiety passing trucks. And I know that not all truckers are like that. In fact, even that trucker, even the guy that ran us off the road, told the highway patrol people that he didn't see us and that he had done it. And he's the one that called the ambulance. The trucker that ran us off the road stopped his truck, called the highway patrol, called the ambulance, made sure we were safe and sound. So he did a good job taking care of us, but it still scares the heck out of me because I just never know what they're going to do. I'm always worried. Do they see us? Are they going to come in our lane or not? So anyway, sorry, got off on that, but that's why I'm scared of trucks. Anywho, beautiful scenery out here, guys. All right, I'll let you guys go for a little bit longer. Look at that sky, just beautiful. What did that sign say that view was, John? Yeah, but what was it called? No, wasn't it Devil's Canyon or something like that? Okay, guys, look at this. Look at that. This actually had a name. I think it was Devil's Canyon. Might want to keep going, I don't know. Man, these views are just unreal. So, question, how many of you out there plan your trips? I mean, like plan them down to, you know where you're going to be every night, you know what motel you're going to be at, you know what town you're going to be in, you know everything for your trip like a week ahead of time. Or Or how many of you are like John that just says, get in the car and let's go? Oh my goodness, just look at this place. I'm almost kind of glad it is evening because otherwise we'd have glares on all these places. So I have traveled with people that do it both ways. I travel with my sister, and she is so good at planning things. Now, she is not like anal about it, okay? Like she has things planned out, and she can tell me like where we're gonna be at a certain time and where we're gonna be staying. But if we don't happen to make it that far or something happens, she's not anal about it. But she is so good at planning trips. I mean, A+. She researches, really good at planning trips. And John's trips are fun. Like I travel with John, and his trips are fun, but his trips are not planned at all. You kind of ask him the night before, okay, where are we going to be tomorrow? And he'll tell you, well, I was thinking about maybe the Great Salt Lake. Okay. Then we get to the Great Salt Lake and we're like, now, where are we going to be tomorrow? And he was like, well, I thought maybe we'd head towards Bryce. I was like, okay. Well, as most of you know, on the way towards Bryce, we saw the sign for Capitol Reef. So at the last minute, we were taking the exit to go to Capitol Reef. So, his trips are not planned, but they're always fun. Most of the times they're fun. There are times whenever, like now it's getting close to dark and I'd rather be in a motel room, and we're not, that I get kind of anxious. But, I mean, that wasn't really his fault. I could have looked for a motel just as easily as him, and I didn't. So, can't really blame him for that. Phones that let you video and take pictures at the same time. Okay guys, I know that you cannot see it very good because of the rain and it's getting darker, but we are going down into this beautiful valley. I wish the sun was I wish the rain had not messed up our windshield, because that would have been a beautiful picture. Oh, God, look at that. 6% for the next 4 miles, guys. Good job, John. I'm going to hold my breath. So pretty. Take a picture, but I would take a picture, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to turn out because smears everywhere. No one can help it. Please just let him get ahead of us and be done with it. I can't do this. No, thank you. Thank you. Another question. Anybody else out there suffer anxiety the way I do? Ugh. case you're curious, that's why I'm on disability. It's because of my anxiety. Oh my God. I do not drive. Well, let's put it this way. I do not drive past Hannibal and Quincy, Missouri. I know Hannibal, I know Quincy. I can drive those areas, but oh my goodness, nope, 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 nope. If it wasn't for Jody, if it wasn't for John, if it hadn't been for Steve, I would never have gotten to see as much of this country as what I have. So, leave me a note. Do you suffer anxiety? And in case you're curious, yes, I do see a psychiatrist, and yes, I do see a counselor. Have been for years. But it helps, but it hasn't cured it. Oh my goodness. Let's see, what would Jody call this? Exposure therapy? Are you giving me exposure therapy tonight, John? Oh my goodness. According to GPS, though, we only have 14 more miles. But according to these signs, it seems like it's all going to be this way. Downhill. I wonder if Green River sits at the bottom of these hills. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. Oh my goodness. It is so pretty through here. Sorry about the messed up windshields, guys, but I'm enjoying this. Well, I'm enjoying the view. If you don't want to watch this part, you can, like turn me off. But there's nothing we can do about the windshield. John had it nice and clean and sparkly until it started sprinkling. That's the most truckers we've seen in quite a while, though. Of course, like John said, it is Sunday night. I think a lot of them go home on the weekends.
Use the right lane to take exit 160 onto I-70 Business Loop and State Route 19 toward Green River.
It is 9:01. 9:01. And we have made it to Green River. And I think we've reserved...
Take the exit, then turn left onto West Main Street toward Green River.
And I think we've reserved our motel at the Super 8.
At the next stop sign, turn left.
All right, so I'm going to turn you guys off. We're going to stop, get an Arby's sandwich to share, and check in at the Super 8.
At the stop sign, turn left onto West Main Street toward Green River.
We will.